long and distinguished list.
The coach of the Jets was Rex Ryan in that game. 14-3 Steelers. Again, the game is on NFL Network. We'll have complete post-game as soon as they are done. All right, let's get to the rookie.
As a competitor, I don't have like a blast, watching from the sideline. When I'm sitting there, I'm itching.
I think we're at a point now where it's very clear that Russell's not the answer.
Jaxson Dart has officially made the Giants starting quarterback for the rest of the season.
Going with Jaxson. We're going to get him ready to play.
I don't really feel pressure. I feel like, pressure is given to those who play at a high level. I want to do my best to be a spark. I want to create excitement on the field, bring a little bit of swagger.
So that's your storyline. Jaxson Dart making his first career start today against the Chargers. 3 great years at Ole Miss. He broke Eli Manning's record for the most passing yards in school history. 25th pick in the draft. Played well during the preseason. 4 total touchdowns. No turnovers in 3 games. 4th in the league in yards per pass attempt. But, of course, all that stuff didn't count, and now this very much does, going up against a very good Charger defense. So in case you're just joining us, Shefty, as he frequently does, started the show with news that had everyone at the desk ready to jump out of their seats. So, Shefty, what is it the Giants are planning to do today?
Well, Greeny, last week was the Giants' home opener against the Kansas City Chiefs. There aren't many teams that get to play back-to-back home openers, but there's another home opener today because they changed quarterbacks. And when the players came in Wednesday, they were greeted with a new offense, different than the one that the team had been running. Quick game, short passes. We had seen long ball throws. I'm sure we'll see some of that mixed in today, but you're going to see a different look for this Giant offense today, tailored around its new rookie quarterback, Jaxson Dart, who was the 25th pick of the 2025 NFL Draft. Everybody around the team has felt like this guy's got a lot of charisma, a lot of swagger. Even Jim Harbaugh, the coach he's going against this week, said that Jaxson Dart has the it factor, and that it factor is going to be deployed today in a new-look Giants offense.
Alex, what do you think?
I hate this, to be honest. I absolutely hate this. I think this is for all the wrong reasons. Listen, the reason he's starting is because they're not winning and Russ is not playing well. And those are not what you should be asking yourself when you take a quarterback in the first round, right? You're trying to develop your starting quarterback for the next 10 to 12 years. Have we done everything in our power to make sure that when he goes on the field, he has a chance at success? Oh, and we're doing it against one of the best defenses in the NFL, against the Chargers, right? I started week 4, my rookie year. Week 4, the same thing against one of the best defenses in the NFL. No one looks back and says, oh, they were really being prudent, right? They showed a lot of patience, right? No, 3 weeks, what's changed? Why didn't he start week 1 then? It makes no sense, right?
I think 0-3 though. Yes. I need faith. I know I'm on the defensive side of the ball, but I need faith, coach, that you're doing your job too. That you're telling me all this stuff about we got to do what's best for the team, winning football games. Russell Wilson stunk up the joint. Yeah. It's like, and how much inspiration do I get from watching that to where I'm coming in Wednesday and finally I see my coach did something about it. Did something about it to show me, you know what, it's not working, fellas. Let's do a bunch of other stuff that we want to see.
That is so on point. And I'll tell you why. Did we see his last 4 games, the 4 plays that he threw? The first one, he airmails in the red area. Russell Wilson. Remember I showed you last night. Yes. When he throws it in there, a check down, and he launches one, down the tunnel. Yeah. They throw an intentional grounding on him. He wasn't trying to ground that ball. Then he runs a quarterback draw, buries himself, scared to death, throws 2 more into the stands, including on 4th down. He had no choice. Now, my thing is this. He should have done it from jump. And by the way, you're going to change your offense. Well, that offense has been absolutely spectacular since you've taken over with that live-ass 18-35 record of you as a head coach. You drafted this kid for a reason. You needed him. He should have been in there from jump. You should have changed that offense from day one in training camp and all that. Why the hell you wait 3 weeks? Because you stink. You're 0-3. That's why. And so now you're going to go ahead and put this kid in. He should have been in there. And here it is. They have a running back, by the way. Reminds me of a little John Riggins, right? Yeah. This Cam Scattaboo or whatever. He was 3rd on the depth chart. You got to earn your way. For your team? Are you out of your mind? Put the best players in there. And by the way, Randy, do you want the best quarterback, or do you just want some other dude that
How is
you
the
know
running
can't
back
play
different?
dead the big
How is
Western
that
anymore?
Listen, this is
How is that
completely different when you're talking about the quarterback position, Rex. Like, this idea that any experience is good experience is absolutely wrong. Hey, let's just go ask the New York Jets, right? Sam Darnold down there, threw him out early. See him goes. Geno Smith, right? He gets thrown away. Both those guys made Pro Bowls with other teams, by the way, right?
By the way, we
this
won 8 games with
the
Geno
idea
as a
that we're
rookie.
just going to throw him out there and hope this goes well is an absolute fallacy, right? Like, again, we're trying to have a starting quarterback for a long time. They just did this with Daniel Jones. He might be the next guy on that list. It didn't work there. By the way, all he's doing is leading the NFL in QBR.
By the way, they never did it with Daniel Jones. They waited 6 games and all that stuff in there. He should have been in there from jump. How'd the kid from Washington look last year when he came in there?
That's a different deal. That guy started 5 years in college, right? He's the number 2 overall pick. That's a different
I don't know.
thing.
This guy played for Lane Kiffin.
Let me get the great receiver in on the conversation.
Let me talk about a spark. We're looking at the Giants, and they're 0-3, and them being able to put their first-round quarterback in, to me, they need a spark. Rex, I will agree with you. In the preseason, it seemed like the Giants were all up in arms. The team was like loving Jaxson Dart. Then you go with Russell Wilson. Well, one thing about the New York Giants fan base here in New York, there's 3 things to be happy about and be excited about in a game like today. 1, you get to see your first-round pick. Number 2, you talked about the offense changing. It's going to be more of a quick game. So what? You're going to be able to get the ball and the targets to Malik Neighbors. And last but not least, you talk about Scatterboo. I'm going to rename him the Hammer. You talking about a rookie. And one thing they talk about in the National Football League, bro, do you want to be the hammer or do you want to be the nail? As a rookie, I can see that young man in the New York Giants uniform. He wants to be the hammer. So there's a lot of excitement in New York right now.
Let's call this what this is. This is a Hail Mary by Brian Daboll, right? Like, this is their 0-3. He is feeling the pressure. This seat is getting hot. And listen, my hope is that Jaxson Dart goes out there and plays well. I'm going to tie my ship to him, and I hope that this saves my job. And how often does this work out?
Hey,
there was one person this
anybody
week.
watch this team play last year?
Yeah.
Did anybody watch this team play last year? The Hail Mary was in the offseason when they kept you guys. When everybody thought the head coach and GM were going to be fired. They kept you there. I just don't know why it lasted three games before he made the change, but at least they made the change.
Shefty.
There was one person this week that said Brian Daboll's been sitting at the poker table. He's down to 1 chip. He just put that chip in the center of the table. The chip is Jaxson Dart. And now we get to see whether the chip pays off or whether he's out of chips.
Jaxson Dart had 3 spectacular years at Ole Miss. Their coach, Lane Kiffin, will join us live later in this edition of Sunday NFL Countdown, give you a sense of what to expect from him today. Another guy who probably likes chips every now and again is Dexter Lawrence.
With some salsa. Look at that big old rascal.
He's on his way in. Maybe the Giants could get something out of their defense. Hasn't been the start we would have expected. Looks like it's hot out there already today. We'll see you then. How about Aiden Hutchinson today against the Browns?
He got the buzz cut. Oh, this guy's back playing really, really good. Teddy has a great breakdown of this guy coming up later.
It's going to be an interesting afternoon.
That special water jug right there.